I was about 5 p.m. on a Friday afternoon. My friend and I was at the mall and we were shopping for clothing since we needed something to wear for a dance. We walked by CVS, a local drugstore in the mall, and decided to go in. We remembered one of my other friend had told us about Dramamine, so we purchased a box containing 36. We decided since she had never done anything like this before that she should take 14 and I took the rest, which was 22. In about 30 minutes we took all of our share. Her parents were going to pick us up around 6:30 p.m. from the mall. After about 30 minutes I began to feel really lightheaded. Basically feeling stoned and quite happy. We walked to the front entrance to see if her mom was coming since we had forgotten when she was coming. We stood there for a seemingly long-ass time when I felt the urge to throw up. I ran outside and threw up liquid I took an hour beforehand. It made me feel a bit better. When I walked it would seem as if I wasn't really touching the floor. I was sort of moonwalking. And I would lose balance very easily. About 30 minutes pasted since I started to feel those things. Soon her mom came and we were in the car. I saw in the car mirror my pupils were very, very small. I stared at my friend and her eyes were wide open as if she was scared, and so were mine like that. I had a huge problem of being very slow. Her mom asked me where I lived and it took me about 5 to 10 seconds to respond to her. She drove past my house and I only realized it after a while. I remember I licked my lips a whole lot. I have a lip ring and it amused me for a time. I had the biggest cotton mouth and it was strange to breathe. My chest hurt and my hands were numb. Finally I got to my house and I was late. My parents told me to explain, but I told them her mom was late in picking us up. I was very late in trying to explain. As I tried to walk up the stairs I felt somewhat lifted, as if someone was carrying me. It was dark upstairs and I started to hallucinate. There was a dark brownish box next to my door. There were small squiggly, looked like spiders with long skinny legs, coming out from one little hole spreading closer to me. The spiders kept coming from everywhere. It was still dark and I was so scared I turning the light on. There was nothing there, so then I stared at the walls and I saw little balls all over under the wall trying to break through. They were just running around the inner surface of the wall. I went into my room, closed the door and laid down because I felt so tired. No one was with me the rest of the night. Then I constantly heard voices, but I knew they were all in my head. I heard my mom yelling for me, but I kept responding in half words. Like if I wanted to say what, I'd say, WH, and my voice was loud and it was hard to talk. And I couldn't even finish anything I said. I heard my name being called constantly. At this point I remember looking at my clock and it was only 7. Then I remember trying to fall asleep around 8 but I couldn't. I saw faces pop out of my walls. People screaming my name and my bed felt like a waterbed. I heard loud, really loud rings, like a phone. At one point of the trip I saw my carpet turn into sand and my dead grandfather raised up from it standing. He was covered in a black tarish substance. Then in a blast he disappeared. From the hole that he came up from little, spiders came and all my room was covered in them. I felt an itch. And another one till I was wanting to scratch my skin off. In the morning I felt strange trying to walk and touch things. I was very cold most of the time also. In the dark the trip was definitely scarier and all the effects were stronger. This all lasted till I fell asleep around 11 at night. I am not sure if I will take it again. It was such a unique experience, I had never had one like it before.